Oh! What is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope everybody is well and safe and, you know, warm and stuff like that. This video is a CSGO inventory showcase. I haven't done one of these in a while. I don't really know why. Mainly, actually, because my main inventory doesn't change that much these days. All my betting is done on an alternate account, so I like to split my main inventory and my betting inventory because that way I don't lose skins that I want to keep. But I'm at a point now where I've had a few changes to my inventory, and it's been a long enough time where there are new people on my channel that I think would be interested in seeing what I have to offer. And so that is what we are doing today. Do not forget to drop a like on this video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and of course, if you're new, hit the sub button. Also, go back and check out my recent content, especially the Dragon Age comedy event coverage video that I did, I think like 3 or 4 days ago, something like that. It's a lot of fun, and you'll definitely enjoy it. But now let's get into this showcase. We're going to start at the very end of my inventory, and then work up to the rarer gems that I possess. The first few pages of my inventory are just cases, you know, people are nice enough to donate me cases, and that's always very, very appreciated. I am, however, running quite low on keys, and obviously keys help me a lot because I do case openings. I never open anything off video or off stream, however you want to call it, because I don't really see the point in it unless I'm making a video and it's entertaining for the people that support me and watch my channel. And so if you do want to kind of show your support to my openings, definitely donate me some keys. That is very, very much appreciated. You can donate me anything you want, but honestly, keys help a lot because then you're helping the production of Mantruce, and it's kind of better than just donating me a random item. So yeah, cases, random little ugly skins like Jewel Beretta's Contractor. Like, I don't even, what is that? That literally looks like some sort of 5-year-old has painted over it with an ugly green just no. Got some sticker capsules, and then we get on to the inventory proper. So here you can see just some sort of trash skins, a lot of Tech 9 Sandstorms, because there was a period where we had a joke going on with my channel where people would send me Sandstorms, Tech 9 Sandstorms and Galil Sandstorms. It was kind of funny, but the joke is now over, but I still have the legacy of lots of Tech 9s. There are 2 items on this page which are worth pointing out, however. One is Big Man Ting. Now this is the first AK that I bought when I came back to CSGO at the end of last year, and I renamed it Big Man Ting. I picked the Predator camo. I think it's a Predator, I'm not sure, but anyway, it's sort of like a rustic camo. It looks a bit old, and I used that to kind of represent the fact I was coming from Source and I've been playing the game for a long time. Very cheesy, but you know, it was fun, and now has sentimental value. The other day, someone just traded me this. I gave him like a key and then a StatTrak CZ for it. It's actually a souvenir AK Safari mesh from the semi-final between Na'Vi and LDLC DreamHack, which I think was last week or 2 weeks ago. Pretty cool item, and yeah, I just thought it was worth trading up for. Got some random stickers. Always nice to have stickers. This page here is just full of rubbish. This is where you see the Urban Hazard curse coming into full effect. Obviously, I've gotten a lot of Urban Hazards from my case openings, but also there was, alongside the Sandstorm joke, people started sending me Urban Hazards as well, which is pretty funny at the time. And now, as you can see, I have a whole page of MP7 Urban Hazards. Yeah, and then on the next page, we also have loads of Sandstorms as well. And now, getting onto my second page, this is where we can find some of my more interesting items, things that are definitely worth highlighting. The first item that is worth noting is this Galil here, which I renamed Protected Snake. The reason why I did that is because this is one of the first items that I unboxed, which was actually something mildly interesting. And so, you know, I protected it. I gave it a name tag, and it is now the Protected Snake. Snake is a word that is used in London and in kind of colloquial terms in Britain. And it's also a word that me and my friends joke around with a lot, and it's something that I've often used for names in things before. And so, yeah, Protected Snake, is the name that I gave this Galil, and it's pretty cool. I like it. It's definitely going to be my Galil for life. StatTrak Nova Koi, I don't use it. You know, I don't really use the Nova that much, but I have a nice Nova on my next page, which you will see shortly. This is a StatTrak CZ that I won in a bet. I used to use it a lot, obviously, when the CZ was more powerful. I do not use it now, but it's a nice skin. It's cool. It's StatTrak. good stuff. Another pistol that I won in a bet, which is now the pistol that I'm mainly using instead of the CZ on the CT side, is the 5.7, and this one is a 5.7 Copper Galaxy, and I noticed when I won it back that it had 3 stickers on it, so I was like, well, I'm going to use this. I'm not a huge fan of the Copper Galaxy skin. I mean, it's kind of nice, it looks quite cool in game, but in general it just looks like someone's put a bunch of glitter on the top of my gun, but whatever, it's all good. Or Pink DD Pat, I bought this myself actually when the skin first came out. I just thought it was kind of different, and so I bought it. Chicken sticker on it, chicken lover. Really interesting, I don't know. This gun here, Indigo, this is an AK-47, what's it called, blue laminate. It's got a bunch of stickers on it, and someone sent this to me months ago, I think 3 or 4 months ago. The skin itself isn't worth very much, but that sticker at the moment is worth like £17, so yeah, and it's got a name tag on it as well, so I can't remember exactly who sent this to me, but it was appreciated at the time, it's appreciated now, so very nice item. Now, if you watch my case openings, you will know this next item. This is pretty much, I think, the best item that I have ever unboxed. It is the StatTrak USPS Kaiman field tested, if I'm right. Yep, field tested. I have 243 kills on it, and yeah, this is my go-to pistol on the CT side. Now, moving on to page number 1. This is the pistol. This is where I've got all my nicest items, and yeah, we are going to go through them now. So I use 2 different P250s. One of them is a StatTrak P250 Mendy. I use this on the terrorist side, if I'm not mistaken. CT side, I was wrong, who cares? Then on the T side, I use the P250 Cartel. This is one of the new skins from the Vanguard cases. Really like this skin, it's pretty cool. It's understated, it doesn't look as good in game, I've got to be honest, because the view that you look at it from kind of obscures the patterns, but when you press F to examine the gun, you get a good look at it, and in general, you know, it supports the scene, because I think this was one of the designs coming from On Fire, you know, Semler and Anders, that came into the game. It's got into the game now, so I support that. It's a nice skin, good stuff. This StatTrak Orc Red Line, again, it's got a Howling Dawn sticker on it, which is like 17 quid. I won this in a bet a long time ago. It was one of my first big skins that I won in a bet. I don't use it because, as you will see shortly, I have an Orc, which is my favourite Orc, which I love so much. So this doesn't really see the light of day, but it's kind of like just part of the collection. I like it, and I'm going to keep it. The Nova that I do use, which I was referring to before, is this Nova Bloom Stick. It's just a pretty skin. Like I said, though, I barely use the Nova, so I rarely ever see it in game, but whatever, it's nice to have. This M4A1S Guardian is something that I bought when I had very little skins left. I think I'd run out of betting skins, and it was during a period where I had like very little items in my main inventory as well, if at all, and so I was kind of just like not happy at the time, and I just wanted something to use, and so I bought this. I put an Aces High skeleton sticker on it. I think that's what it's called. I don't know, I can't see. I just liked the way it looked there on the gun, so it gives it a bit of personality. This Glock 18 Water Elemental is my go-to Glock for the terrorist side. It's minimal wear, really nice skin, like it a lot. This Desert Eagle here, Cobalt Disruption. Now this skin isn't worth very much, but it's got 3 stickers on it and actually has a pretty cool story to it. When I first started making CSGO content, there was a Korean guy who kind of started watching my videos. He barely spoke any English, but he left comments on my videos, and I spoke to him a bit. Eventually he added me on Steam. I noticed it was him, so I accepted him, and he ended up giving me this deagle. So yeah, it's a really awesome deagle. It's got a bit of sentimental value to it. The guy who donated it to me, his name is Braxton. Braxton, if you're watching this, thank you again for the Cobalt Disruption, and he also actually gave me a flip knife at the time as well, which was very much appreciated. Definitely an item that I like and that I have in my inventory and will keep forever. I've got a couple Orcs here, Orc Electric Hive and Orc Cortacera. These were both won in bets, and I just wanted to add them to the collection, so I put them in my main inventory. This AK-47 Redline, again, won in a bet, and it has a Howling Dawn sticker on it, so I kept it because, like I said before, these stickers are worth about £17 at the moment. Now, moving on to these final 3 rows of items, I'm kind of going to do them in a different order because I want to save the things that are very much important to me to last. So we're going to start off with this M4A4 Desert Strike. It's not in good condition at all, but it's a red item. It's something that came in a bet, and it's not worth very much, so I thought, why not? I'll just add it to my main inventory. The same principle applies to this X-Ray. It came in a bet, but it is factory new, and it's a nice skin in general. It is red. It's Covert, I think that's called, and so I just decided to keep it in my main inventory. This SSG-08 Blood in the Water was also won in a bet, and I think it's factory new. minimal wear, and so it was of good quality, and I put it in my main inventory because I didn't have a scout to use, and it's a nice skin. It's red, covert, you know the deal. Up next we have this CZ75 Auto Victoria. Of course the CZ is basically useless now, but at the time that I got this, it was very powerful, and this is one of the CZs that I was using. I think I was using this on the terrorist side. It's still a very nice skin, and so yeah, I plan on keeping it. The final item that isn't kind of part of my elite tier that mean very, very much to me is this Sword of Kraken. A brilliant skin, really, really nice skin. It's a shame that it's on a gun that nobody is really using very regularly, but I have it equipped in case I ever want to rock the Sword Off in style. Now, moving on to my favourite items, the favourite items that I own. The first is my AK-47 Jaguar. Now, the story behind this gun is pretty simple, but it was one of the items that I bought when I decided to cash out some of my betting wins, and so it kind of represents to me a smart decision, and you know, it's a nice skin as well, and it just reminds me of some good times in my CSGO betting. I'm not going to call it a career, that is so cheesy. You get what I mean, in my CSGO betting. The next is this AK-47 Vulcan. Now this just came as a winning from betting, but it's a good skin, and it's a skin that I had never owned previously prior to winning in the bet. Obviously it's also covert, and I actually have a friend who used to like to use this skin that kind of reminds me of him. He's a very good player, so I like rocking this gun. Actually, I don't ever rock it at all. I don't ever have it equipped, but I like having it in my inventory. The next item is this M4A4 Asimov. Now this particular Asimov I won recently, only a few days ago actually, but I've had an M4A4 Asimov in my inventory for quite some time, and it was one of the first kind of big mid-tier skins that I won from CSGO betting. I also like the way it looks, and so it's an item that's sticking around. Just a quick little side note, I haven't mentioned the PT50 Franklin or the Scar 20 Cardiac just because they're average skins, there's no interesting stories for them. But anyway, back to the meat, back to the final few of my very precious items. The next is this M4A1S Cyrex. Again, this is a skin that I'd wanted for ages, but I'd never really had the funds to get it for myself, and then luckily I won a bet, I won a big bet, and one of the items that I got in my winnings was this Cyrex, and I love this skin, and I do switch between the silenced and the unsilenced versions of the M4, and so yeah, very happy with this skin. Up next we have Quality Banter. Now if you watch all of my content, which is appreciated by the way, if you don't, you definitely should, you will know that recently a friend of mine off Steam, a guy called Aiden, donated me this knife. He doesn't really play Counter-Strike much, and he got this knife and he was like, well, I don't really need it, do you want it? And I was like, I am just messing up all my words today, aren't I? And yeah, I said, Aiden, for sure, I will take that knife off you. I appreciate the present. And then he surprised me with the name tag Quality Banter, which is very funny, of course. And so yeah, now I own Quality Banter. Now the next item that I would like to look at is something extremely dear to my heart. It is the AK that I pretty much use all the time, and that is Rupingle the AK. Now, from betting winnings ages ago, I bought an AK case hardened, which is this AK here. I like the fact that the clip was pretty much all blue and it had a nice mixture of gold. The colours were cool, and I thought it would look pretty crazy if I put a bunch of kind of rainbow holographic stickers on it, and it turned out that it was, as I imagined, pretty funny. To top it all off, I decided that I would rename it, and the name that I ended up deciding on was Rupingle the AK. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell is a Rupingle? Where does that come from? Long story short, I'm a big fan of the Dark Souls series, and on Dark Souls 1 I created a character called Rupingle. It's just a name I came up with, and I like the way it sounds, it makes me laugh, and so now I carry the spirit of Rupingle with me on CSGO through this AK, and yeah, there we have it, Rupingle the AK. I absolutely adore this AK. Up next is an item that I only received yesterday. That's right, this item I've owned it for less than 12 hours. The story behind this gun is pretty interesting. As you can see, it's called Dougal B.Oatman, and it is a AK-47 Fire Serpent, which is in field-tested condition. This item was gifted to me by none other than Dougal B.Oatman himself. If you don't know who that is my friend called Bouts. He has his own YouTube channel. Go and check it out. It's in the description box below. And last night, we both put a bet on Lunatic to win against the Nile. If you don't know already, Lunatic did win. And yeah, we both won, but Bouts, you know, he won a lot. He won like $2,500 of CSGO Lounge value. And I'd like to think it was kind of me that pushed him towards making that bet. And so then afterwards, I kind of cheekily was like, oh, Dougal, I see you got a AK Fire Circuit in there. Maybe you want to shift it my way. And he was kind enough to send me it, and I renamed it Dougal B.Oatman in his honor. And now it will be staying in my inventory forever. The penultimate item is my Polak commentary. Much like some of the other items, the story behind this is that it was one of the Asimovs that I won on a bet. One of the first Asimovs that I ever won. Perfect condition. It's 100% factory new look. And the team that I won it on were Polish. And in general, I just kind of like Polish Counter-Strike. I like VP a lot. I'm a big fan of Virtus Pro. And so I renamed the gun in honor of that Polak commentary. A lot of people ask me that. Now you have an answer. Now, the final item is my main knife, and that is this butterfly knife stained. It's not worth that much. It's worth like a decent amount, but it's the sentimental value of the knife which means a lot to me. If you watch my content properly and you watch all of my videos, then you will know that this knife is the product of my first kind of stretch of betting wins, and I was able to afford it by, yeah, betting and winning and then selling and trading those skins. And so again, it represents to me the smart decision to kind of cash out and to not just constantly bet for no reason, and to use some of those betting winnings to make myself happy. Because betting in itself, you know, whilst it's fun, there's no point to it if you're not going to do something with the skins that you get, especially when they are worth real money, and some of them are actually worth a lot of money. And so if you don't kind of utilize that, then what's the point? And that's it. That's the final item. That is my inventory. I'm really happy with how my inventory is doing at the moment, and hopefully soon it will be looking a lot better, because right now my betting inventory is working its way back up. We're getting close to like the $200 mark, which I'm feeling good about. And when I get to about $250, I have an item in mind that I want to get. And so keep your eye on my CSGO content if you would like to stay up to date with all of that stuff going on. And hopefully very soon we will have some more skins to celebrate about. That's it for now. I will see you all in my next video. Take care in these winter months where it's so cold outside. Keep yourself wrapped up. And that's about it. Peace.